Hello everybody, welcome to the Sydney Cricket Ground in Australia and the semi-final of the ICC World Cup 2015. What a country this is, a country whose history is vested in the great game of cricket, and this ground itself full of so much history and storytelling. Yes, the Australians like to bat first in one-day cricket, particularly on these hard and often pacey surfaces in Australia. Aaron Finch and David Warner yet to make the mark in the tournament we thought they might. Steve Smith, Michael Clarke, Shane Watson has shown form, Glenn Maxwell breathtaking at times. James Faulkner has proven to be a match winner. Brad Haddin coming in as late as number 8. And then the fast bowlers, Mitchell Johnson, Mitchell Starc, the bowler of the tournament so far, along with Trent Boult and Josh Hazlewood. And there the Indian side with Shikhar Dhawan and Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Ajinkya Rahane, Suresh Raina, MS Dhoni, all ready to play. Richard Kettleborough, the English umpire, will give that instruction now. Here we go. Mohammad Shami to Aaron Finch. All they ask. Just sliding down the leg side. Not a lot in it. Sort of half a peel, I think. Mohammad Shami. There wasn't a lot from Dhoni.
It's went the other way. I'm not sure Mohammad Shami realized that. It's gone the other way. He looks to take the ball away from the right-hander, but the length for me has been brilliant.
They've got to be careful when they use the short ball. I think that's been the important thing for the Indian fast bowlers. They've used the short ball well, but at the right time. This is a good contest, this, Warner and Shami.
And Shami wins the first little piece of it. Only a moral victory, but he beats the outside edge. That'll lift India.
And Shami has done pretty well against David Warner. I think out of all the Indian fast bowler, he's the one guy that can run it across David Warner on that length and try and nick him off. And straight away, Shami's found his length. He's got good seam presentation, and the ball's actually zipped through quite well and a little bit of swing. So you said, is it a good toss to lose, Mark? Maybe it is.
The spikes are getting in. It was pretty dry at the start of the game, this pitch, and Umesh Yadav will bowl the second over.
Nice. Good move into the ball from David Warner. And without perfect timing, it makes it to the boundary.
Normally the Sydney Cricket Ground would be the fastest outfield in Australia. Adelaide's a bit thick and Perth's quite quick one way. Brisbane's big. Melbourne would be the slowest, but this year in the World Cup we've seen it be the fastest. But David Warner pushed this. It was nothing more than a little punch down the ground, and it raced away for 4. So it shows you this pace in the outfield is still pretty quick.
Oh, great stroke. No apparent sign of nerves. Beautiful strike for David Warner. 14 for no wicket.
I don't think he hit it exactly where he wanted it, David Warner. Just back of a length, hitting the top of the bat, but it just goes the distance. It's not very big boundaries at that side of the ground, just helps it. This is a high-scoring ground. The SCG just gets over the bar.
They're asking, it's very straight, but it is an out, says Richard Kettleborough. India won't review, not this early, not this uncertainly.
Not out, said umpire Kettleborough.
Good decision, I think. It looked like it nipped back again like the ball before. Yeah, look at that, and the height. That's going to go over the top of the stumps. Close. It's good bowling here, good build-up.
No fine leg for Umesh Yadav.
That's out, I'm afraid. And it's David Warner. And Umesh Yadav has his man, and what a man it is. What a moment.
And that's good bowling from India. There's pressure from Mohammad Shami at the other end. And Umesh Yadav strikes. A big wicket. Just stops onto Warner. Outside edge. And an easy catch to Virat Kohli at mid-off. India strike. Umesh Yadav strike.
12 to David Warner, 15 for 1 here. Been a golden summer for Steve Smith. And swing it straight away. 5 men are behind square on the offside as Smith sprints back for a couple.
Well, just looking at this swing, it looks like Yadav just rolled his fingers across it too, and maybe as we're talking about this pitch, just a little bit too paced. It seemed to not get to David Warner. You can see him roll his fingers across it. It just maybe closed the face a bit too soon, but didn't quite get to David Warner like he wanted to. That's a big wicket and celebrated by Yadav, and why not? That's a huge wicket for India. The crowd goes off the sea of blue here in Sydney.
What a stroke. What a stroke. Stand still. And watch the ball onto the blade of the bat. We saw the maker's name there.
Watch this, there wasn't a lot of foot movement. There was more the bat. You see his feet just stand there and just swung through the line. Didn't try and overhit it. Excellent stroke, and that's a shot from the man in form.
That's a beauty. That's what Sourav Ganguly wants to see from Aaron Finch, or doesn't want to see, depending on your take.
Doesn't want to see, Mark. And overall, that's a fabulous cricket shot. We are here to talk about the game, and that's exactly what I was saying. Pitched up, great seam position, and have a look at that. He didn't try to crash it, just showed the maker's name.
Excellent.
Leg slip again to Smith.
No, but Smith finds a little space. I mentioned his ability to do that. It's a shortish boundary, not short, but shortish. And Smith has run hard, as he always does, and has 3. It's 31 for 1. Oh, it's a beauty. Fast, full, swinging.
Almost 148 kilometers an hour, and it's great to see. Just beat him for pace. Full length delivery. He was late on it. The bat came down after the ball went past. Swing as well. That's terrific stuff from India.
It was in the air, but hit the gap, and that's the shot aside. We'll get there for 4.
He's in the air for a while. I think it was towards the toe of the bat. And Steve Smith would have had his heart in his mouth for a little while. Let's just have a look at it. Yeah, it went in the air. But wide of the man, that's the key. And this outfield is very, very quick.
Great shot through mid-wicket. Picked up the short ball superbly well and punished it to the mid-wicket boundary.
Yeah, good shot from Steve Smith. It was wide, wasn't it? So he had the angle to free his arms and control the shot. Kept it on the ground. Probably wasn't high enough, was it? It was about chest high. If he's going to bowl the short one, Yadav, it's got to be up shoulder height and control it beautifully.
And that's 4 more. There's a 3rd boundary in the over. He's getting a move on.
That sticks all right.
Seems to come off the face pretty nicely. Rushed to that square leg boundary. 2 short balls in the over from Yadav, and both have been dealt with superbly well. Smith really making a statement there. Oh, another one. Great shot. Racing to the square leg boundary again. Fine leg has no chance.
I think it was Smith who might have said bring it on when there was talk about the Indians bowling short. They've taken a lot of wickets with a short pitch ball right through this tournament.
I think Mark hits the nail on the head though. A lot of in-between deliveries. It's not really a bouncer, head height, it's chest height. Allows Smith to get on top of it, roll his wrists, and he's played 3 superb pull shots in this over.
Well, if it's going to work, it's got to work quickly, because the short ball is vanishing to the boundary very, very quickly.
They've got to be careful now, the Indians, because this pitch has just lost a bit of its zip. Once that initial shine goes off the new hard ball, it's just going to sit up very nicely. And the 50 partnership comes up over 55 balls, and Aaron Finch might be a confidence booster for him, that one.
Jadeja to start his 2nd over, just 6 off the first one. Very handy player for the Indian team. Great punch there from Finch. That's the power the right-handed Victorian's got. A little bit of whip. That'll give him plenty of confidence. 27 off 44 now.
Still a pitch from Jadeja. Preferred instead of Ravi Ashwin. That was the other option Dhoni could have gone to. It's just too wide and pitched. Finch did well there. Didn't try and hit it too square. Saw that the fielder was at the deep point boundary. Just hit it past the diving cover. That's a good shot. It was short and wide from Mohit Sharma. There's nobody there.
Yeah, talking about Aaron Finch's technique, you can see how he stands there with the bat in the air before the ball's bowled. I'm sure he does that to try and get himself to stand up so he doesn't fall over as much. He puts that away nicely, but as Damien Fleming said a moment ago, most top-order players will put that away. That's short and wide and deserve to get hit. But he stands there with that bat sort of parallel to the ground to try and avoid falling over. And if he keeps his balance, we all know the power he's got, he can make lots of runs.
And that's 50 up for Stephen Smith. It's been a fantastic summer. He's getting a bit of RSI from raising that bat for his milestones. But a fantastic knock. Plenty of time to bat here as well. After 19, 100 for 1, the Australians.
Thanks to Damien Fleming, 4 runs. Finch has started to wait on the ball now. Use a bit of the pace there. And you've got to give him credit for the courage of this innings. He's resolved to hang on in there.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's missed out on a few just outside off stump. Ashwin not shy of bowling that attacking line, even though he isn't spinning much. He's just gripping. And Finch in the last couple of overs have missed a few and hit the fielder. So he'll be pleased to get one through that gap.
Loud appeal, but I reckon he's got outside the line. This is a moment where Dhoni may have to calm Jadeja down, because though Jadeja thinks that's coming in to hit the stumps, his theory, I think, with those angles, surely has it hit him outside the line? They and they are, and they review. They think they need a moment in the match.
I think Dhoni agrees with you. I think Dhoni thinks it's slightly outside the line, but Jadeja has convinced him. Let's listen to the third umpire.
Front foot first, please. Okay, Richard, I've got umpire's call on impact, so you can stay with your decision. I'll tell you when you're on screen. You're on screen now. Stay with your decision.
That's the value of having a couple of spinners together. No. Kettle Bridges looks down at his bean counter.
And they can't refer it, even if they wanted to. So they've lost their chances, Mark's already pointed out. I think, just have a quick look at this and see if there was any little bat in it. Just pad.
Brilliant. Fantastic batting. Footwork and power.
And picking up length. Picked up length. When you're in nick, when the bowler lets the ball go, you pick up length beautifully, and Steve Smith is in nick. Wasn't that short at all. I know a lot of batsmen that would have played the forward defence to that, but not Stephen Smith. Deep in his crease.
As he touched it, I wonder, this is going to be, they'll have a look at this, and you can sense the concern on Steve Smith's face. You can sense some resignation in Aaron Finch's shoulders. Sometimes nothing the non-striker can do. Let's have a look. He's made it. He's all right. He's grounded the bat. He's all right. Thank heaven for it. It's a cruel way to go. There's 50 for Aaron Finch, backing up what Steve Smith has achieved before him. It's come in 82 balls, hit just 5 boundaries. But it's another little illustration of Australia's commitment to this task. He will not yield. Brilliant. Little skip. That's all it takes to get to the pitch of the ball, and once you're there, when you've got his hands, and you can do almost anything. 143 for 1.
Brilliant, really. Fast hands, fast feet. One off the back foot, and now one off the front foot on the charge. Where do you bowl? Fraction short, it gets pulled. Fraction full, thanks to the batsman. You get clipped. The only thing Dhoni might have to do is think about having a man at deep mid-wicket. But that is just brilliant batting.
Straight down the ground is always a beautiful shot to watch. Well, also an indicator that you're having a good day.
It's just awesome, and I mean, it looks like if the majority of the crowd is a bit quiet when Australia score. So
you know why, Brian?
The seats are green, but the fabric on the seats, it looks a little bit blue to me. But mine tell me it might be Kumble.
Oh, misfield. Don't think there was a run there at all, and you can see it too. Try locking eye to eye with the bowler on that one.
It's just that phase of the game for India as a fielding unit. It's so crucial to stay in the game now. You haven't picked up a wicket for a long time. It's easy to get a little bit ragged.
There's nobody there, and it doesn't matter even if there was somebody. I think it's the first sign of brutality from Smith.
It's been the amazing thing for me to watch in this World Cup. All the guys that have been so dynamic, De Villiers to Smith and so on, they almost bat without stumps. You know, they don't. I mean, from my perspective, you know, growing up the stump, covering your stumps was the most important thing. But these guys almost bat like they aren't stumps, and it makes it very difficult for bowlers. They back their eye, they back where they want to hit the ball, and I think it makes it even more difficult to set fields with the extra man in the ring.
So 6 signal, and Steve Smith's on 96 here. That'll be 100 for Steve Smith. Not for the first time, and something tells me not for the last. It's been an absolutely brilliant innings. He's just walked in at the last fall of David Warner's wicket with an uncertain Finch and taken control. 100 from 89 balls. It's 181 for 1. And we'll keep coming. Aaron Finch has got room, he's got width, and he's got inspiration from the other end.
Is Steve Smith's 100 the time that they say, let's go?
The wicket's nice and easy pace, not a fast wicket, which would probably help them batting second, you know, with Australia's strength being their fast bowling. And you feel that India could chase on the surface and be able to cope. You know, not a lot of spin in the Australian line. Maxwell with a few overs. Shot down the ground. Slower ball. Well picked up from Smith and hammered past long on.
That's the great thing about modern one-day cricketer. How quickly they become T20 cricketers, just as if someone switched a button on. He hasn't played a shot like that all through, and all of a sudden, it's the old Steve Smith we knew was trying to make a name for himself as a lower order hitter, T20 batsman. Umesh Yadav gets the ball, replacing Mohammad Shami. Rather a fielder there. This could be the wicket India wanted, and it is. It's a huge wicket for India. Question is how late has it come, but it's come nonetheless, and Stephen Smith's gone for 105 from 93.
Short delivery, Rohit got under that, and India needed that wicket, and maybe a couple more could at least bring the total down a bit.
Well, Brian Lara has been saying, Graham Swins is going to stay in the game. Maybe that is it. Wonderful, wonderful innings from Stephen Smith. Out for 105, it's 197 for 2. I get the feeling Maxwell's one of those modern players where every ball is part of a power play. Oh, you can't say he did that intentionally, did you? I mean, if you wanted to do it intentionally, that was a stroke of a genius.
Oh well, started exactly where he left off, and this could be dangerous. But when Maxwell had 16 overs or 15 overs left, just above 15 overs left, it could signal something huge for Australia, or maybe an early dismissal.
That's gone fine.
Could go all the way too, actually. Oh, he can't get there. Around the wicket. Unusual tactics, I suppose. Because you're going to get bowl around the wicket. Oh, you can't bowl there.
India got to be really careful. You sense the last 5 or so overs when that partnership of Smith and Finch, Smith was outstanding, so was Aaron Finch, that they just not gave up, but they were sort of sitting back waiting for something to happen. And at the moment, they don't stay in the game here. They're going to be chasing up towards 400. And no matter how many good batsmen you've got, I don't think India can chase anywhere near that. I think they'll give them 320 or 330. But 400 is going to be too many. In between, there's been a short single there. Looks like Glenn Maxwell was home early. I think just because it was a direct hit, they're checking upstairs.
Heaved away into the gap. And that's beautifully placed from Maxwell. That's an orthodox cricket shot. That's not a heave or a slog. That's just good batting.
Maybe a bit leg side, and he's played it superbly.
It's hard not to say your favourite players when you're saying batting a Virat Kohli or an AB de Villiers. But I tell you what, this guy's my favourite. I don't know about you, Blakes. I love watching Maxwell bat. I just love it.
Oh, that's got miles. Catch that. First tier, not quite.
Nearly an upper decker. Straight out of the screws. And Maxwell that's his first shot in anger, and he's 19 off 9 balls. Yep, 102 metres, not 100, 102 metres.
Now back past the bowl, that'll be 4 more. It's not quite out of the middle, but he swings so hard that anything that's got a bit of wood on it goes to the boundary or over it.
Yeah, it's just sheer power. Just 23 off 11. Giving room this time, slower delivery, and he whacks it.
Well bowled. He tossed it up, and so he's got, as you say, Shane Moore, he's got a deep backward point for that reverse sweep. Still got the 3 men out in the leg side, and that is the long boundary towards the members' stand. But he would be hitting with the breeze and the spin if he goes that way. Yeah, and there is a bit of spin too, and Doty's got mid-off up, so that's where Max will be targeting. Then straight to him on the sweep, got him. Change of bowling's work, good captaincy, good bowling, and good field setting. Maxwell goes. Good field from Dhoni. He had the reverse option out of the target.
out on the fence, and he managed to get the very dangerous Maxwell. That's a huge wicket for India. Well done, Dhoni. Well done, Ashwin. It showed courage to bowl Ashwin to Glenn Maxwell. He's had such a good time facing Ashwin. This was the moment. Can Ashwin deliver in a semi-final of World Cup against a dangerous player? And he's done it. What an impact that's going to have on this game.
Out for 23, 232 for 3.
Another change in the Australian batting lineup. Shane Watson's been promoted in the order.
He's had a different role, but I think it was required.
It's got him. He has got him. Finch is going to go. That's what India needed, to go bang, bang. Get a couple of wickets. Firstly, they've moved Maxwell, and now Finch on 81.
And a good catch by Shikhar Dhawan at mid-wicket. So Australia lose 3 wickets in quick succession. Aaron Finch dismissed for 81, 233 for 4.
The Australian captain Michael Clarke has made his way out to the middle, batting 6. 2 batsmen yet to face a ball. Clarke heaves it away. He's found a gap too. No, I won't get to that man on the sweep there. It was just in a little bit.
That's the wicket of Aaron Finch, banged it in short, and he just had to clear the mid-wicket fielder. Good catch, he came in. Shikhar Dhawan, and a very important wicket for India. It's got the team going, it's got the crowd going, and wicket number 3 for Umesh Yadav. India had to get back into the game, and he's created an opportunity.
That's nicely flicked away into that gap we talked about. There's no one out there. Against the spin, he wasn't quite there, Michael Clarke. He just used his ability, really, his technique.
Excellent stroke. Against the spin, picked the gap. Didn't try and overhit it too much either. Just a little flick into the gap. Excellent batting.
Starts with it. And gone! It is the short ball. It's worked again. It's been spliced to mid-wicket. The Australian captain's gone.
Dug it in short. Got it high on the bat and ballooned out. Nice catch. India get their 5th wicket.
Yeah, he's gone for 10 of just 12 balls, Michael Clarke.
James Faulkner, the finisher's in just a tad early for Australian fans. They'd liked him in about 2 overs time, but he's there. Australia have lost 4 for 51. Mainly using the short delivery. First delivery, Mohit bowls. Another good change from Dhoni. Gets the wicket.
Who would have thought the short ball? India's used that short ball so effectively in this World Cup. It's brought them back into this game as well. Wickets of Smith, wickets of Finch, and now Michael Clarke. Just not an easy wicket to start on when you first come in.
Big shot comes. Last ball from Ashwin has disappeared for 6. Much needed from Australia. 258 for 5.
Great shot there from Watson. Great intent. You saw the ball before. It just wasn't quite there. That ball there was a bit flatter. And Watson hitting with the spin. Enabled him to get the full face of the bat. Just see the seam position there. Angling in towards leg stump. And Watson happy with that one.
Keeps bowling short. Will it split the gap? Yes, it does. Right in the middle. 1, 3, 4, 4. Australia on the charge.
He's so powerful, James Faulkner. That's what he does. He loves the ball being short, even though that one before went over the top of the keeper's head. But just watch his position here. Press back and then straight on the front foot. Didn't quite get it either, but geez, I've seen him play a few innings where he's hit really hard there at the death.
Jadeja gets swung leg side. Will it go all the way? I think it has. Into the gloves of the Aussie batsman for 6.
He likes that area, James Faulkner. He likes deep mid-wicket against the spinners. Likes to go across. Round arm slightly from Ravindra Jadeja. Not looking to spin it. See, he was almost hitting with the spin, actually. Jadeja just trying to dart that in. It's gone all the way.
Boys, goes leg side. He hasn't nailed it, but it's good enough. 4 more to Faulkner. Leg side again. He loves that leg side.
Change of tactics from Yadav. Went away from that short ball. Go full and straight. And Faulkner split that gap beautifully.
Oh, he's bowled him. full straight Faulkner swings across the line, and all of India celebrate.
The seam right in the slot. James Faulkner just went a little bit too hard there. Yadav gets his man. He's happy.
Yeah, it's a fourth wicket for Umesh Yadav. James Faulkner was beginning to look dangerous. It's gone for 21 of 12. Australia 284 for 6.
Australian wicketkeeper, veteran Brad Haddin, a wonderful player. Club down the ground. No timing, just brute strength. He's bullied that ball for 4. 288 for 6. Short ball, deep mid-wicket, 4.
I thought at first when he nailed that, he's hit it straight to the player. But now he picked his spot. And he gave a fair old tap.
Does play the short ball well, Shane Watson. He can when he's looking to attack, when he's looking to be positive.
Oh, he's waited for that one, but he's going to find the fielder. He does. The slow ball has deceived Shane Watson. India continue to take wickets.
Looking for that boundary again, Shane Watson, as you would expect him to. He's not getting enough of it. Easy
Did his job. Only 2 overs to go. He departs. 28 of just 30 balls.
Batsman cross, so Haddin's on strike. Slower ball. Played nicely because third man was up. Good cricket all round. Excellent over. Good comeback from Mohit Sharma. 299 for 7. Oh, he does as well. Good shout. Over wide, mid-on, bottom hand slog. First ball for Mitchell Johnson.
That's where he goes. That's what he likes. He's so powerful. Even the short ball, he'll turn them more towards a square boundary, but that's where he loves it. In his zone, frees his arms. He's such a natural striker on the ball. Almost like a golf shot. I'll tell you what, he can get a golf ball.
So he gives himself room. He goes over wide, mid-off. Johnson starts with 2 boundaries.
Valuable runs here for Australia. Another cross seamer there. Just like a cut slap.
Short and edged away. That will hurry away, so it's 4-4-4. Mitchell Johnson, 3 deliveries, 12 runs.
This will be frustrating for India. They did so well. They did so well to pull the game back.
Hit leg side, straight to the fielder again. Oh, dropped! Just as we said how good their fielding's been, they shell one straight to him, and it's Virat Kohli.
Well, I'll tell you what, you don't often see that. Virat Kohli's got one of the best hands in the world. Just that last step there, just fumbled it, went hard, had it.
Full toss, how often does it happen? Drop catch, next ball boundary.
It's a harsh game. It's what happened in 50 over cricket. Do all the hard work and the fieldsman let you down. Not that they mean to drop catches. When it's followed up with a disappointing ball, you're a bit frustrated. You're not thinking clearly.
He does. He gets hold of it. And it's gone for 6. It's gone for 6. Mitchell Johnson's played a little beauty here. 26 of 8 balls, 4 fours and a 6 to finish off. Really got some momentum going. Small ball cramped him for space. He'll get a single. Australia will finish on 328 for 7. But Australia will know that 300 has never been chased in a semi-final. 328 for 7 at the end of 50 overs.
Warm welcome back to the Sydney Cricket Ground for the second semi-final in this 2015 Cricket World Cup. Australia taking on India here at the SCG, and for those of you who may not have been with us earlier, Michael Clarke of Australia won the toss and elected to bat first. No surprise there. Australia batted superbly. They made 7 for 328. A couple of little hiccups in there after an excellent start from Finch and particularly Steve Smith, who once again played magnificently against India. 105 for 93 balls to Smith, continuing an excellent summer on all forms of the game and particularly against India. 11 fours and 2 sixes in it. Scored better than a run of ball on the back of something like 770 plus runs in the Test series against India. He really has continued on with some sparkling form. And to cap it off with a century in a World Cup semi-final in such a big game and such a big stage. It'll be a summer that he will not forget. Away we go. There's Michael Clark, and a smile on his face at the moment, but they've got their work to do, the Australians. Mitchell Starc will bowl the first ball to Rohit Sharma. What a swing and a miss. Back between bat and pad. Graham Smith, you've been in situations like this. How did India go about approaching this big run chase?
Well, 3 opening left-handers, yes. Pleasure. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We saw the new ball swing a little bit for the Indian bowlers, and I think that's going to be the biggest challenge up front here, is the swing. I think the wicket's got a nice even pace to it, and probably suits the Indian style of batting, a little bit slower than maybe a lot of the other wickets around Australia.
Edge, or did it carry? Now Shane Watson at first thinks it does. Now Kumar Dharmasena, the umpire, is going to check with his mate at square leg.
Yeah, very rightly, they're going upstairs.
Definitely bounce first, so that's an edge. It doesn't carry.
Okay, you need to rock and roll that for me, please. You need to rock and roll that. And if you can get me a zoomer. Yeah, that's excellent. That's excellent. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go back to the umpires. Kumar, it bounced. Stay with your decision there. Not out.
And now forward. Lovely square drive. Just to rub a bit of salt into the wounds.
Yeah, we don't often see those given out these days. They tend to always favour the batter. And a great response from Sharma. Always tends to happen that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, similar sort of delivery, pitched up once again, far away from him, but he just gets the middle of the bat this time, not the outside edge. That'll get him going, the first boundary of this Indian innings.
Knocked down will be a single.
Yeah, brilliant fielding by David Warner. It was travelling. Shikhar Dhawan on the back foot.
It's up in the air. Haddon can't get there. He loops over his head and they'll probably get 2. And they will. Just want to see if this is off the glove or arm. Yeah, it's gone down as runs.
Yeah, that's off the glove. Just hurried Rohit Sharma with the short delivery, trying to play that hike. It was not a good hook shot or a pull shot. Just the glove just coming onto him a bit quicker.
In the gap and forward. Shikhar Dhawan at his best.
With all the time in the world to hit it in front. Banged it in short. Just getting into very good positions in front of square.
An edge, and Haddon's dropped him. Well, it was, I suppose, a tough one for the keeper. It was probably almost going straight to Shane Watson at first slip. Haddon went and couldn't hang on.
A big chance dropped. Shikhar Dhawan using his feet, trying to hit through the offside. Big outside edge. Was carrying. Was in between the first slip and the keeper. Dive at the end, and it just pops up.
Close, very close indeed. Maybe just sliding down. They're going to get an overthrow. And may have just tailed down the leg side.
It's a great example of intent from Mitchell Starc, not just running and hitting in areas softly, really attacking for wickets. And I think with the rules, the current rules in the one-day format, you really have to keep looking for wickets all the time. Definitely think that was just tailing, probably umpire's call, missing leg.
It's up in the air, but that's miles back. Up over fine leg for 6.
What a statement from Rohit Sharma. Mitchell Johnson bowling the speed of light the whole summer. Bowls it short, and Rohit Sharma latches onto it and sails into the stands. The Indian fans go wild.
Oh, it's a fabulous cricket shot right out the middle of the bat. And you're hitting someone who's bowling close to 150. That's gone a long way into the stands.
Right, early. Faulkner's in early. Oh, look how quickly that's traveled. You could say he got that out of the middle of the bat.
Yeah, wants to put pressure on the bowler, Shikadawa, and always trying to put pressure on the bowler early. That no ball, free hit to Sharma, then it advances, Nasser Hussain was staying, and then again at him, just to try and give the bowler something to think about. He does that early to bowlers. You saw him do it to Josh Hazlewood. Oh, it's in the gap again. He's going to miss that. That's going to be 4. Back-to-back boundaries for Shikadawa, and India doing real well. 49 for none.
Now he's gone the distance here. That is superbly timed, and he's headed to the long boundaries. Shikhar Dhawan's on fire as 50 comes up. 16 runs from Faulkner's first over. You could say they've taken the attack to him.
Wow, haven't they ever? What a shot that is. That's the big boundary out there for Shikadawa. That's a huge 6. Faulkner just getting it right in the right spot. Excellent stroke. Just as you were saying, that just shows you how good this pitch is. Ball's only 5 overs old. It's still new. There's no swing.
Now find a shot better than that. And we saw some from Steve Smith that were exquisite, but this is as good as any.
Yeah, it's looking like throwdowns at the moment from Faulkner. Before the game, you just say to the coach, can I just have a few gentle half volleys? It's not a half volley, but Dhawan's hands are so good. Look at that. Beautiful. Stunning player.
Gutsy call from Michael Clarke here to back his bowler and go for the second over. The first one went for 16. And it was the manner it went in, sort of dismissive.
Would have come in that big scoring over. Down the ground again. He's enjoying himself here, Shikhar Dhawan. Might have whispered into Michael Clarke's ears, give him one more.
Just wondering if Haddin can come up to the stumps with Dhawan on the charge, but Faulkner likes to use that bouncer. The previous delivery, the wide down the leg side, was a bouncer. So Haddin stays back, which means that Dhawan's just playing him like a spinner. Charge, use your feet, smash it.
Oh, another good shot in the air. Maxwell's the man. He's got it. Just what Australia needed. Hazlewood's the man. Michael Clarke, the bowling changed. Worked Hazlewood back into the attack. Went straight to the safe hands of Glenn Maxwell. And the dangerous Shikhar Dhawan's gone. They needed that, Australia.
He doesn't believe what he's done. He's absolutely nailed it. Sort of shot in the nets. Everyone says, great shot. In a match, there was a man there and a danger man. Maxwell ain't dropping this. Bucket hands. And that's the one they wanted.
All right, so the wicket's been achieved. And suddenly a nice little zip from Hazlewood. It's 76 now for 1.
One man out there. One man from third man to deep square leg, and that man was Maxwell. Just faded. Dhawan was trying to go over extra, and he just sliced it to Maxwell. What have you done?
It's in the air. Easy catch for Brad Haddin. So the doorway to departure is bowled into by Mitchell Johnson. The dangerous Virat Kohli is going back to the dressing rooms.
And that's a huge, huge wicket. Virat Kohli, we know what he can do. He's a class player, but for India, it's a sad sight to see him walk back to the dressing room for 1 next to his name, but it was the height and the bounce that got him, Rahul.
Yeah, well done to Michael Clarke. He brought back Mitchell Johnson especially for this, to try and get Virat Kohli out. Going across him, looking for the pull shot. He was stuck for a while. Felt he needed to get something going, Virat Kohli.
Rahane comes to the crease. A fired up Mitchell Johnson charging in. And bouncer first up. In the end, well played. Rahane gets himself off strike. Not a bad place to be at the moment when Mitchell Johnson's bowling like this.
It was a good bouncer first up. Ajinkya Rahane. It's just come into the crease. It's fast, it's straight, and it's perfectly placed right at his head.
Oh, it's well struck. That is 6 all the way. Fantastic connection, and it's a crowd catch.
Oh, a super shot. Rohit Sharma, we saw him in a 6 earlier. That was behind square, that was over fine leg. This was in front of square leg. How good was that? This is a fast bowler bowling at 145 kilometers an hour. He just smashed him over mid-wicket.
Yeah, this is a pumped up fast bowler. Mitchell Johnson's running in bowling, serious wheels, good pace, and the look on the face there from Michael Clarke. I think he said good shot.
Yeah, right. Oh, he's bowled him through the gates. Fantastic bowling from Mitchell Johnson.
Well, that's it. What a great way to follow up. He's been pumped for 6, held his nerve, pitched it on sort of middle and off. It came back, and it's taken middle stump. What a great sight for the Australian players out there to see the stump slide up. Crowd's gone wild. They've got their danger man. Just have a look at this. Across seamer, inside edge, middle of the leg stump. Just the top of the stumps there, but just enough. And he's fired up. He was seriously pumped up, Mitchell Johnson. Michael Clarke's happy with that one.
Suresh Raina comes out under pressure. The Aussies have got a few wickets.
Simple little pickup from a talented guy. If he's here for half an hour, we have a different sort of a game.
That was a good shot. Just a pick-up shot. Wasn't a bad delivery at all, but Raina fancies the medium pace, just picked it up on length, and that shows you it is a good pitch. Just slid onto the bat. Much more comfortable against medium pace and spin, Raina. That's why I thought Michael Clarke may have given Stark another over at him.
Oh, he's got it. Yes, he has. And James Faulkner's got it too. Some extra bounce does for Suresh Raina.
No, great bowling change, wasn't it? Faulkner's on and he gets the wicket. A Raina, loose shot, a sloppy shot, a bit more extra pace and bounce from Faulkner. And Raina just trying to guide it down to third man. He pays the price for a soft dismissal. Good catch by Brad Haddin and just a loose shot from Raina.
Very in-between shot from Raina. Not trying to cut it for 4, just trying to run it down. Batted a bit of a 45-degree angle. Nothing shot, but a crucial wicket for Australia.
Well, here he is, MS Dhoni, one of the game's best finishers. Oh, there's a man back at third man, and it won't carry to him. So a couple of strokes of fortune for MS Dhoni.
Well, he's got to play some shots. He can't just hit 1s and 2s, so he's going to have to risk the odd shot here and there. So far, he's had the luck, but Hazlewood's bowled beautifully. Hit the splice of the bat. He's bowled a really decent length, probably bowled the best length of any bowler today. We've seen a lot of short stuff and maybe a lot of full tosses, but Hazlewood's been on the money. I think Clarke will probably bowl him out here. He won't probably bowl him at the death. I think he'll may bowl his 3 overs out here that he's got left.
Dhoni goes bang down the ground. Anything full and straight, and Dhoni whacks it.
And that's what he's capable of. He's a clean striker of the cricket ball. He knows the run rate's going higher. And it could have cleaned up Kumara Dharmasena. So Michael Clarke's got to be careful.
Oh, well, Michael Clarke himself has been at slip, just wide of slip. India get away with it, and a boundary, a desperately needed boundary too, much wanted one.
Just away from Michael Clarke. If he's pulling that far wide, Michael Clarke would just stay a bit wider.
In the air. It's going to fall just safe a fine leg of Hazlewood. Ooh, it was in the air for a while. Hazlewood was quite late to move, but I don't think he was ever going to catch it. It was always going to be a tad short.
Once again, the short delivery, just going up in the air. Could he have dived?
Oh, he's found the gap. And he's found the gap well enough for 4. Just seemed a gentle little tap when he played it.
It's just that lack of panic he seems to have about him. It's his manner at the crease. Even that shot there's no great flourish. It's just use the pace of the ball, beat Shane Watson behind point. And if I can do that, my timing will take it to the boundary. It's not a big flash to throw the head back. There's no desperation in the shot. It's control, and that's why Australia will feel they need to get him.
I can see why you like him. You're a calm sort yourself, weren't you? I think there was this game in Sri Lanka once where 18 were needed of 2, and he played it out 2 runs in that over because he wanted to be in strike for the first ball of the next over. So the batsman opposite him just actually blocked out a couple of balls because he wanted to be in strike, and he just finished it off. He finished it off like he always does.
And you got to think too that when the Australians batted, as we just have a look at this replay from Mitchell Stark, there was an appeal, but I don't think there's anything on. But hang on, Brad Haddin's gone and referred that. Looked as though that the players were just sort of cruising around, nothing too interested, but Brad Haddin thinks so.
Well, I reckon this has almost come from the men in front of the wicket. Like, Michael Clarke was at slip. He didn't seem all that animated, but the guys at cover, Steve Smith, Glenn Maxwell, I think behind point, they heard something.
Okay, looks close, but nothing there, Kumar, at this stage on video. Waiting for Snicko. Okay, just rock and roll that for me, please, Deepak. Excellent. Okay, I'll go back to Kumar. I've got a spike on RTS. Got a spike in RTS. I'm going to ask you to change your decision to out. You can signal now.
Oh, what have we got here then? Just seemed an innocuous little ball on its way to the keeper. Somebody heard something. It was a very, very faint nick. And Ajinkya Rahane goes. Dhoni had needed someone to bat alongside him. Rahane goes. This match has taken what seems a final turn towards Australia. Rahane gone for 44. It's 178 now for 5 India. Ravindra Jadeja comes in, batting at number 7 with 151 needed. Will be a boundary, a welcome boundary. So India will move on to 192 now for 5.
And once again, that reverse swing coming into play from Mitchell Starc. We've seen it's been lethal against the lower order, middle to lower order, but on that occasion, didn't quite get it right.
Well, he finally went for it. And it pops out. I think he's done a remarkable job, Michael Clarke, just to get there.
Well, there's certainly nothing wrong with the hamstring. All the calf, he's just given it 100% commitment. Good ball there from Josh Hazlewood, dug it in. And Dhoni got it very high. Didn't quite get it. And Clarke had it.
He'll be annoyed with himself. You're dead right. It was a terrific effort to get there. He ran probably 30 metres, sprinted 30 metres to get there. But once he got there, he'd probably feel he should have caught it.
And the 5th single directed is what's needed. Directed is provided. Stephen Smith with the directed. Is there anything he cannot do on the field? He can hit the ball direct. He can spot a nick nobody has, and he can take catches that nobody else does.
Well, just by his reaction, he feels as if he's got his man. Let's have a look. I tell you what, he's spot on. He can hear it, he can see it, and he can hit him.
Yeah, just 16, almost run a ball, 16 from 17. It's Ashwin out now, 2-8 for 6. Oh, new man is Ravichandran Ashwin. Then I'm reminded of, we had a long distance runner in our school. We waited for him to run the 5,000 meters and provide the finishing kick, and he just kept jogging all the way to the end. All went to see him play. We all went to cheer him along, and there wasn't a finishing kick. 2-8 for 6.
And just have a look at Stephen Smith here. Gets his feet in position, hits the stumps, but you always think it's a fluke, but he does this day in, day out. Fantastic effort there from Stephen Smith.
And he advances, hits it hard over cover. 6 runs. Great strike from MS Dhoni.
We've been waiting for that. What a way to bring up your 50. He's just plodded along, MS Dhoni. Just biding his time. Partners have come, partners have gone. Finally, Indian fans have something to cheer. Their skipper, the finisher, who's trying to finish. He's got a lot of work to do. He's left himself a lot to do, but this is a start.
He just felt, when was he going to go? When was he going to go? It's just a wicket of Ravindra Jadeja and maybe Watson coming on. He says, well.
He goes again straight down the ground, so consecutive 6s to Dhoni. Brilliant batting.
I think he's been waiting for Watson. Simple as that. Low back lift, power through the ball, nailed for 6. Over extra, over mid-off. Same result.
Ooh, that's out, is it? He's given up. A direct hit again. has worked for the Australians. So MS Dhoni, the Indian captain, his innings comes to an end.
The best thing about this, apart from the fact that it was MS Dhoni, was one stump. From that position, you can see he's got one, maybe 1.5 stumps to aim at. And dead-eyed Dick. Dhoni had given up. The great man's gone. It's 231 for 7.
Mohammad Shami comes out to bat after some brilliant fielding from Glenn Maxwell. Run out MS Dhoni. Direct hit. Well, he did have some cameos during the Test series where he slogged a few boundaries, so they've done their homework, but this is the wicket, the dismissal of MS Dhoni.
Brilliant fielding, really is. 1.5 stumps and the speed he releases it. I'm not sure Dhoni thought he was going to throw it that quickly. Dhoni's hoping and praying those lights and the bails don't light up. They do.
Oh, it's hit the stumps. Bails are flying. Faulkner picks up his second wicket.
Yeah, this is a stage of the innings where Australia are very good. Changes of pace, reverse swing, left armers with the angle. Excellent in the last 10 overs. Another slower ball cutter, deceiving the batsman Ashwin, who was trying to back away. He didn't start particularly well, Faulkner. Dhawan got after him, but he's finishing well. Ashwin's gone. He made 5, 232 for 8.
Faulkner charging in. He's hit the stumps again. Pitching middle, hitting off. Bowlology gold there from Faulkner.
Yeah, very good on the angle. The secret of the left armers. Tailenders just don't get it, I'm afraid. The left armour, whether it be Stark from round the wicket or Faulkner from over the wicket, he's on a hat-trick. Doesn't have to do much from that angle. Brilliant finishing to an innings from Faulkner from Australia. India are done. They only have 1 wicket left. Sharma, first ball duck, 232 for 9.
So Australia on the verge of getting themselves into a World Cup final on Sunday at the MCG against New Zealand. James Faulkner on a hat-trick. What a way to finish the game. Yadav on strike. Oh, plays a full face. Well played.
End of the over, 232 for 9. Wrong choice. Tailender go length. He went Yorker. He's got 2 wickets with length deliveries. Thought he'd go length again. There you go. Length hit middle and leg. And then very next delivery, length hit top of off. Played down the wrong line there.
Yeah, it's been a disappointing end for India. World Cup played really well through the group stages and the quarter-final. It's been a disappointing end to the campaign. Bowling was always a bit of a weak link. A few question marks regarding the bowling. Just got exposed a little bit in the semi-final today. The first time they were not able to bowl out an opposition. 328 was almost 30 runs over par. It's a good bouncer. He's got one of those new helmets. I think it's gone through and got him somewhere in the chin. It was nasty from around the wicket.
Yeah, nasty blow. Sharp ball. I think he might have gloved it first, which took a little pace off it, but all the Australians went up to him straight away. Clark, are you all right? Just cut himself under the chin there.
He's hit the stumps. That's a classic dismissal from Mitchell Stark to the opposition tail ender. So he continues his fantastic World Cup. He's got another game in him. Australia are through to the World Cup final on Sunday at the MCG against New Zealand, and aren't the players over the moon?
Yeah, and boy, do they deserve to be there as well. Bowled brilliantly at the death of this innings. One of the finest death bowling performances you see. 178 for 4, 233 all out. You don't want to be leaving too many to chase of the last few overs.
Stephen Smith with his 100 for Australia led the way, but some great scenes. It was a beautiful day, ideal for cricket. 27 degrees. The pitch was good, plenty of runs in it, but in the end Australia too strong for India, winning by 95 runs.